What's going on, guys? In today's episode we install a hydro. What's going on, guys? In today's episode we're installing a hydro, and yeah, I'm kind of excited. It is a cheap hydro. It was $35 on eBay. I could not select the height. The height is just however high it is, and it's really high. I want to be in this episode too. He wants to be in this episode. Maybe he will be. I bought some flat stock steel that we're going to be welding onto the tranny tunnel to mount the hydro. I don't know what to tell you guys about this hydro. I don't know much about it. I've never used this one. I've never used a no-name brand hydro, but it's a regular one. It's inline master cylinder. That has no brand on it, but it is a 3/4 bore size, so it should be good enough to lock up the rear brakes. So yeah, we're just going to jump right into it with making the mounting bracket. To start off, we've picked our position that we like for the hydro, and we just kind of etch out the carpet right here to make room for the base plate that will be extending from the transmission tunnel. So I'm just doing it with a knife, and I've kind of already done it. So you just kind of pick where you like it, cut the carpet. So after all that, you have this really nice piece of carpet that you removed. We're going to remove the seat now, move the carpet over, clean all the metal up, and get ready to weld on some brackets. Our carpet is 2 pieces for some reason. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the rear half of the carpet because this car will be getting a cage at some point, so we might as well just get rid of it. And we still have this nice front carpet that will stay. So here's the rear half of the carpet with some sound deadening that was under the back seat that we just removed. And if I had to guess, I'd say it's about maybe 10 pounds. But
weight reduction, bro.
Weight reduction, bro.
Yeah,
but no, the back seats are completely done, and here's like the half mark of where the carpet ends.
More than 10 pounds.
So, looks pretty good.
Yo, way more than 10 pounds.
Way more than 10 pounds. You heard it here first. Hey guys. Hey. Anyway, now that we're nice and comfortable in the car, we're gonna go ahead and mark out this beautiful precision with accuracy cut hole that I made. So when we pull the carpet off, we know exactly where we want this bracket to sit.
I just threw a wrench at myself.
Kim just threw a wrench at itself. I think we're all good. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this carpet isn't very secured in there. That's just a guess. My guess was right. I'm gonna take that out.
Pristine weight.
Take that out. Now we have this very nice square. now that we have our beautiful hole marked out, this would be a nice place to mount the hydro. And so we'll go cut some stock right now, some steel stock, and it'll come out to about where we need it to, and then it'll like be a triangle or like and come down to the bottom here. So let's go cut it out, make some holes, mount the hydro, see if we like it, and then we'll make the other piece. So we traced out the size that we need for the mount bracket. And we're going to go ahead and mark out these holes so we can drill them through and weld some nuts on the back side, just so we have like a nice secure mounting location.
So now we have our hydro mocked up. It's pretty much exactly how it's gonna sit. We've welded on the bracket.
We've ran the line through a hole that we made, and it's going all the way up to the engine bay, and it will go into the master cylinder out that goes to the rear brakes. We've done some bending, and we're just about to flare the line to get it on. We got our brake line coming from the master cylinder of the hydraulic e-brake here over the tranny, and we're about to bring it down to the brake line for the rear of the master cylinders. We don't have ABS on this car, so
No more.
for you guys it'd be different if you're planning on doing this. For us, no ABS. We don't actually care, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this brake line. Got a cut. Gonna slip on the sleeve and the flare and then the sleeve. Then we're gonna flare out the end right here. We'll be all set for the line going to the hydro. Then we're gonna go from the hydro over to the rear brake lines. master cylinder to the hydro. We ran one line that you guys didn't see from the hydro over to where we want to tee into the rear brakes, and it's basically going to be just a 3-way tee, and we're going to have to do 3 flares of the brake lines, just like we did in the engine. It's going to be these two. This is the right brake line, driver's side brake line, passenger side brake line, and then we have the tee coming out from the hydro. We'll bend it all nice and tuck it away, but we're gonna tee these 3 lines together. 1, 2, and 3. Alright guys, so we just finished up. Here's the tee. This one is coming from the hydro. These are the 2 rear brake lines. Now, it's time to bleed all this shit. Kind of a one-man show today. Kim is asleep. Elias is not looking forward to coronavirus, so one-man show. I topped off the brake fluid. I broke the bleeder screw in the back rear caliper. I have the one-man bleeder on there, so now I just gotta pump and see what's going on. Guys, so I got all of the brakes bled, and we have no leaks anywhere, but we ran into one issue. Now I realize why this costs $35. That's because you guys can see what's going on over here is I haven't even used the hydro yet, just for pumping, and I already started cracking this weld right here, and the metal is so thin you can see how the master cylinder is like bulging out. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Probably gonna pull it off and weld onto it some more metal. So I've kind of figured out what I'm gonna do. This is where the master cylinder sits in. We have the hydro coming up, the handle. So this is pushing away, and it's pushing away right about here. Right here. So this weld is failing, and this is bulging because it's too thin to support the pressure. So I think I'm gonna cut out a piece just like this out of some thicker steel that I use, the same one that I use for the base plate, and I'll kind of just back it here, and then from that piece make some brackets that kind of connect to the whole body, and that way I think we'll be fine and it won't be bulging out anymore. So we're gonna try that first. Now that we have our reinforced e-brake bracket with some questionable welds, it's time to throw it back in. Try to finesse it through. There we have it. Let's get the mounting bolts on. So guys, the hydro feels really good now. It's definitely not bulging out like it was. So I think we're just about set to go drifting. Do some sick skids, bro. Some handbrake turns. Yeah. So we just finished up the hydro. It's all set. Everything's adjusted. A little bit more bleeding of the brakes, but I think we can do that a little bit later. So that's it for this episode. Tune in next week. We are going to be doing a roll cage in this thing.